Did you notice that the verse we are looking at, verse 3, begins and ends with the statement that Jonah was running away from the Lord? It starts, "But Jonah ran away from the Lord," and it finishes, "and sailed for Taharish to flee from the Lord." The two statements beg the question, why would anyone want to run away from the Lord? Or can anyone really run away from the Lord? It seems Jonah had an imperfect view of God and his presence. The prevailing opinion in many nations during Old Testament times was that each country's God was limited to its own land. Sometimes people would carry soil from one country to another in the belief that the God of that country would travel with them. The account of Naaman's quest for healing demonstrates this kind of thinking, 2 Kings 5:17. Some Israelites believed that God was confined to the temple in Jerusalem, or, at most, to the territory of Israel. So perhaps Jonah thought that when he sailed away from the shores of Israel, he would be leaving God behind. Or he may have thought that when he got far away from Israel, then the impact of God's presence would be diminished in his life, in the same way that a radio signal fades the further one gets away from the transmitter. Jonah would learn, as we must learn, that there is nowhere God is not. I once read a story of a very strong atheist who wrote on a wall, "God is nowhere." But unwittingly, he left a space between the letters W and H. As he stood back and looked at what he had written, he read, "God is now here." It brought about his conversion. It is wonderful to know he is an ever-present help in time of trouble. Father, I am reminded of the psalmist who said, "Where can I flee from your presence?" Help me live in the conscientiousness that wherever I go, you are there too. I can never go anywhere where you are not. Amen.